ridiculous.
Ridiculous. For those who didn't, give me a second. I'm gonna play for those who can watch it,
In
and
the A2 of
and,
all
and, for,
places.
and for those who can listen to it, I'm gonna play. Well, let me set it up. Ryan Coogler went to the bank. He went to the bank and he gave the teller a note. Now we are living in an age of COVID, so people are running around with masks on.
Mhm.
Um, and in the case of celebrities, masks and glasses, because it's easy to hide your identity if you don't want to be bothered. So he gives the teller a note. I think it was like, "Give me $12,000 out of my account,
Mhm.
and wherever you count it, pretty much do the counter discreetly somewhere else." For the most part, he ain't want nobody to see that
Right.
he was withdrawing 12 G's out of his account. So just go do it elsewhere. Here's a note. I'm not going to say, "Hey, y'all, give me 12 G's." I'm just
Right.
going to give you a little note.
Right.
Give me my money out of my account. Go count it elsewhere
Mhm.
so no one can see it, and bring it back. And in response, this is what this is what the teller did. Hold on, y'all.
So he customer passed me a note, and so I just told my manager I didn't feel comfortable. So he told me to call police while he, I guess, stalled for
What
a
is
minute.
what is on the note, ma'am?
It just says I want to withdraw $12,000. Just be discreet.
Is this an actual customer, or are they trying to rob the bank?
They had a debit card and he inserted it. He gave me a California ID, but I was like, okay, I was like, how do you want the cash back? And he like just looked at the note.
And he had no weapon, correct?
Not that I know of. He just has on black sunshades, a black hat.
Mm.
Is he a black male, white male?
He's a black male. And every time I ask him like a question, he's like, look at the note.
So,
But he inserted his debit card, and then I asked for his ID. He handed me his ID as a California ID. But I didn't look at his name because I'm just like so shook up. Like, I don't know what he's trying to do. So I just told him, give me one moment. I have to get my manager.
okay, so none of his information was even verified. Okay. He might just want to be discreet, but I have police around.
Yeah, I mean, he might. It just seemed weird. The customer passed me a note.
Man.
So let me just ask y'all. I'll open it like this. Do you see anything wrong with this situation?
Everything was wrong with the situation.
What?
I mean, her manager failed. She failed. The police failed. Everything was wrong. I personally think that, I understand it's a little weird to get the note or whatever the case is, but I also understand why he would do such a thing. Who the hell told her to call 911 about this? Like, it logically, it doesn't make sense. His mistake was coming in and trying to be discreet. I would have been in there and been like, give it to me in ones, and I'm rolling out with the money phone because, I mean, why not?
You are in Atlanta. Give me 12,000 in singles.
Exactly.
Man, listen. He failed himself.
Wow.
She failed too. The police failed. Everybody lost in the situation. This dude is, I want to say he's an Academy Award nominated director. He should have a team. There's no reason for him to go to the bank by himself to withdraw $12,000. Now, let's say he wants to anyway, right?
What?
Let's say he wants to anyway. He does it. It's his money. He can do whatever he wants to do.
Right.
However, when she's asking for additional information to validate who he is, because the request is oddly presented, and his response is, look at the note, look at the note, look at the note. He could have allowed and provided more information because she can read his name, Ryan Coogler, that's on his ID, all that kind of stuff. And if she's like, if I'm giving money out of this account, like people do commit fraud. For those that don't know out there, maybe your account's never been compromised. People never taken money from your accounts. That stuff happens routinely. Now, if she would have gave this person this money from this account and it was incorrectly given, then people would be like, oh, she done, why she would have did. I mean, it was actually a level of protection she was trying to provide. Now, how she went about it, what the result was, people have issue with that. And I don't disagree with that. But he owns a part of escalating this situation based on how he carried himself and conducted his business. Now, she went to her manager. She asked questions. She didn't bypass the process. She went to a leader of the bank branch and said, hey, manager, it's a little weird. What should I do? What's going on?
That's what I'm saying. Manager failed too.
No, I think the manager, if he or she asked the appropriate questions, and she said, listen, I've asked this stuff, and the person is like, hey, read the note.
What else? But wait, whoa. Hold, I
haven't said anything on this.
Go ahead, man.
Yeah. First off, your team can't go into the bank and withdraw $12,000 out of your account, period. He has to do it. He has to do it. Not unless that team, not unless the individual has the permission to do that. He can't send someone into a bank out of state. No, he can't do that.
If you have enough money, Rasheem Rook, you can call the bank beforehand and say, hey, listen, I'm going
the whole government name.
Especially if it's a big amount. I'm coming in, I'm taking some money out.
12,000. He's not going to be able to send someone up in there to get 12,000. Now, I don't know policy and protocol. Shoshana put it in the comments that her cousin works as a teller, and they have strict protocol that you don't call the cops until after the alleged bank robber has left the premises. So you don't do, according to her, you don't do it with the person sitting right then and there. I don't know if that's the case.
Here's my thing, though.
But can I finish my comment?
Go for it.
My issue is, if this was Ron Howard,
right?
If it was Martin Scorsese, if it was if it was a white director who walked in and like, listen, I'm just being discreet, read the note, give my mother my money, I have no doubt that they'd have been able to walk out of there without getting the cops called on them. She had his ID, and she's telling the cops, I didn't look at his name. I'm supposed to believe you got Ryan Coogler's name. You're a black woman, and everybody who know about Black Panther know Ryan Coogler directed it. Know they waiting for Black Panther 2. Come on,
he did Creed too. He did Creed and Creed.
He did Creed, and you in Atlanta, and you don't know Ryan Coogler's name.
It's my understanding.
Now, I don't believe that.
I was told he used his card. He used his debit code,
which is a lot of banks. They have transitioned to that.
Right.
Put your card in. Show me your ID. Here's your money. Bye. You've passed what you needed to pass. You don't need to call them. That ID has my name and my face on it. My card inserts it. Now, I don't know if he had an issue with his ATM password, his PIN number or whatever. But here's my card. Here's my PIN. Here's my ID. Give me my 12 G's. I'm gonna take it in singles. Maybe the Follies if they reopen or if they got a new spot.
Please open.
There you go. There you go.
Follies, I need to open up a new spot. But yeah, no, that was all on the teller. That was all on the bank. And then the cops just showed up. Was like, shit.
Y'all act like fake IDs don't exist.
Look, they have these IDs.
I work in this industry.
Come on now, the bank. You think a fake ID is gonna get past the bank?
Oh yes, hell yeah.
Yeah.
You can get a fake passport. What are you talking about?
So let me ask you this: if that's the case, are they going to hold that standard against everyone who shows up with a mask on and glasses and asks for their money?
I don't know.
Talk about it.
They should.
I don't know.
So why they do it against him?
Because the teller had concerns.
The teller wanted to. She had ulterior motives.